Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Richawd back with another video. Bear with the sound, it's raining, so y'all gonna hear the rain. But my voice is loud enough to outweigh it. What's going on right now, man? People are on a treadmill or a hamster wheel, however you want to phrase it. Right? When you're on a treadmill or a hamster wheel, you're exerting a lot of energy. It feels like you're going somewhere, but you're in one place. You haven't moved. You haven't traveled anywhere, right? It's a lot of people thinking that they're moving the needle right now, or the needle is being moved, and it's not. It's a lot of gimmicks in history. It's a lot of people that you were taught through this education system, this, in my opinion, allegedly this disinformation, misinformation system. You were taught that certain black people were your leaders. You were taught to idolize certain people, to look up to certain people. Everything you were taught was wrong. So what's going on right now is you have a bunch of idiots following each other, and they get validated because, quote unquote, the head idiot of all idiots is educated. The person in charge is supposed to know things and have all this information, and they're articulate. They got the gift of gab, so they can manipulate you. They can trick you. It's a lot of trickery going on, but you can only trick a fool. It's people that see the trickery going on and they don't indulge, but it seems to be more fools than people with their head on straight. Maybe that's why in the Bible it said it's a narrow path. Maybe it's just a narrow amount of people out here who can actually see clearly, and the majority of people don't. See, little things like this is why the Bible just makes so much sense, bro. Because when you look around, the majority of people are bots and idiots, just like the Bible told you they would be. There's very few people that can see clearly. That's why, it's funny to me how people try to make Bible believers out to be so dumb. But the things we say and the things that we talk about in our Bible are happening right now. Well, maybe that's because the people in charge wrote the script. If the people in charge don't fear the Bible, why are they trying to invalidate it? Why is there an attack on the Bible? Why is there certain clauses in these rappers and these entertainers' contracts that you can't talk about the Bible if the people in control are a part of that agenda? Clearly, there's something of gold within the Bible that they're trying to hide. But some people say if you want to hide something from black people, put it in a book. What I see that goes on a lot, we live in a highlight culture with sports. People are also in a highlight culture with everything, with politics, with you see something. See, you may see a highlight of a player. A player may dunk on somebody. And you may think, wow, this player is legit. This player is amazing. But if you go check the stat line, that dunk was his only bucket the whole game, right? But just looking at the highlight, you would probably think this player is dominating, right? But in reality, they're not as good as you thought they were when you actually get the context. See, a lot of context is missing these days because people just go off of the highlight. People just go off of the headlines, right? They don't read deeply. They don't fact check people. So it's so easy. Even Adam Silver has come out and said, because people are complaining about how it's going to be more difficult to watch NBA games this upcoming season. And he was like, we're in a highlight culture anyway. If you can't afford to watch the games, just catch the highlights, right? See, Adam Silver wants people to just catch the highlights because now you can rewrite history. Right now, you can come out with all these new gimmicks, right, and make people fall for them and think they're good when they're not. Now you can make people think the game is still entertaining when it's not as entertaining as it used to be. Now people don't pay attention as much. They don't want people really paying attention to the details, right? That's why the blind is so easily leading the blind, because just because somebody looks up to you and idolizes you, that's why it tells you not to idol worship. Just because somebody is a celebrity, oh my God, this celebrity said this, so it must be true, right? This is how the majority of people are. This celebrity said that it was okay for somebody to get unalived for their opinion, so I agree with it too. Majority of people don't have organic thoughts like yours truly, right? Majority of people just go on social media and regurgitate what they've heard, right? They can't read an article and get their own opinion on it. They got to go watch the blogs. They got to go in the comment section. Don't get me wrong. I go in the comment section just to see what the temperature of the room is, right? Just to see what are people talking about? How are people reacting to this? But that's not going to sway my opinion unless I get corrected on something. See, that's really what I read the comments for correction. Is somebody going to be thinking differently than me and actually make more sense than me? That's what I'm looking for. And typically I just see a lot of idiots. Sometimes I get corrected, but for the most part, I just see a bunch of idiots. And I'm like, all right, what I'm thinking is probably true. But the blind is leading the blind, man. And you guys are going nowhere fast. You on that hamster wheel. You sweating like a motherfucker, boy. You sweating your ass off, but you ain't going to goddamn, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. And the problem is, you guys follow people. And the thing is, the people that are leading you, the people that are blindly leading you, they're not blind. They know what's going on, right? They know they're tricking you. They know they're manipulating you behind the scenes, behind closed doors. This is all a very, strategic plan. They're all in unison. See, they're united, but they want to keep us divided. Keep that in mind. The people running things, the people keeping you dumb, the people keeping you poor. They're united. They're in unison. And they know the power of uniting and being in unison and being on the same page and moving by a code. They understand all these things, but they teach us to move by emotions. They teach the people, if you disagree with somebody, it's okay to go do harm to them. That's why so much crime going on. That's why these democratic cities have so much crime, because you teach the people to be emotional. When you teach the people to be emotional and unmoral and not of God, they do unmoral and emotional, ungodly things. That's why the most crimes in the United States are in Democratic-led cities, because Democratic people are emotional. I'm not here to say Republicans are any better. I'm just saying, I'm a black person. Black people get told you're supposed to be a Democrat. Majority of black people are Democrats, right? I'm trying to help my people. So I'm telling y'all, they're telling you to be a Democrat so you can not be a threat, so you can be a lesser threat. They're telling you to be a Democrat so you can be blind. They're telling you to be a Democrat so you can justify bad behavior. Democrats justify bad behaviors. Democrats call other people violent, but clearly they're the most violent people there are. Because why is every Democratic-led city the most violent? Right? And they say, oh, you should get rid of the weapons. The weapons aren't the problem, right? Crime has been going on since before the weapons. People were getting unalive before the weapons. The weapons aren't a problem. People's mind is the problem. See, there was a code of conduct before you stoned somebody or you unalived somebody or you took somebody's life. They had to do something unlawful, something sinful, not because they emotionally triggered you, not because they feel that your lifestyle is a poor lifestyle and you don't like the fact that they feel that way, but you don't want to have a conversation. See, people don't want to have conversations because when conversations are had, see, if you pea-brain niggas had a conversation with me, I would break you down and you would just get emotional because that's what you niggas do. You come across somebody with logic and reason who actually knows what the fuck is going on and you get emotional like little bitches because that's what you are, little hoes. Excuse my French, but that's how I see y'all, like straight bitches. And then you chastise somebody and call somebody all type of names and call somebody violent. But really, that's what you are. You project. Blind leading the blind. And you feel better about it because somebody you follow has millions of likes promoting propaganda and nonsense. So you think it's okay because clout is a drug these days. Clout is validation. You niggas want to be seen so bad. See, how I was raised, they say real G's move in silence. You niggas want to be seen and heard so bad. But ain't got nothing of substance to talk about. There's nothing of substance to see. But you just want to be out there to be seen with no purpose. Just attention seeking. Oh, the more attention I can get, the better. Whoever's getting the most attention is right. And whoever's getting the least attention is wrong. Pea-brain niggas leading pea-brain niggas. Dumb leading the dumb, blind leading the blind, sheep leading the sheep. on a hamster wheel, going fast as hell, busting a sweat. Oh, we're getting there. We're making progress. We gonna lose this beer belly. Beer belly ain't went nowhere. Beer belly getting bigger, right? We gonna get this summer body. Been trying to get the summer body the last 10 years. Where the summer body at? 10 summers done passed. I guess you had a winter body. Right? I guess you had a I'm going through it right now body. Cause goddamn, I ain't seen no summer bodies yet. But every goddamn May, every goddamn April, oh, I'm getting my summer body together. It's time to lock in. Lock in for what? You still fat as hell. Cause you niggas ain't got no discipline. You niggas all talk. But then when you get to the grind and things get hard, you bitch up. And you make excuses. Well, see, I was going to get the summer body, but, you know, I had these bills and, you know, I had this, I had that. See, real men know it's not about excuses. Excuses is feminine. As a man, you're just supposed to get shit done. And if you fall short, as a man, you got to be like, I fell short. I didn't do enough. I wasn't great enough. I need to improve. I need to be greater. But you weak, sensitive, bitch ass niggas, when you fall short or when you don't get your way, you cry and you moan and you get emotional and you get violent. If you don't like what I'm saying, see, that's why I don't even want to have conversations with you niggas, because you niggas have shown me that you're mentally ill. You don't want to have conversations. You want to hurt people. You want to force beliefs on people. So you guys say people like me are trying to force my beliefs. No, you're trying to force your beliefs on people. And if they don't agree, we see you guys are violent. If people don't agree with what you're saying, I'm not violent towards nobody if they don't agree with what I'm saying. But people will say I'm attacking them or my views is divisive and is this and is that. See, sometimes dividing is good. If you see a group of kids and they all acting bad and you're a teacher, are you going to keep them group of kids together? See, what would a teacher do if you sat around kids and y'all was all troublemaking? They would separate you. You go sit over here. You go sit over there. You go sit over there. They'll purposely sit you with a motherfucker they know you don't like. Right? Because when you see something that is destructive and it's in unison, all that's going to do is cause more destruction. So you have to divide it. See, sometimes being divisive is good. Right? Everything ain't about being together and being as one and everybody agreeing with each other. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Real people have different feelings, different opinions. That's okay. But wrong is wrong and right is right. See, now we live in a society you can call out wrong and you're attacking somebody because you're saying their behavior is wrong. You can tell a woman, stop dressing like a hoe. Maybe you won't get treated like a hoe and you're attacking her. You're a misogynist for calling out that behavior. You can tell one of these transformers, you got to be careful with these niggas. Like I said, they violent. They dangerous. You can tell one of these transformers that your lifestyle is unclean and it's going to lead to mental illness. Not only mental illness, physical problems. It could shorten your lifespan. Right? And I have evidence to prove that. There's statistics to prove that. Look at the amount of people getting AIDS and things of that nature. Look at the amount of STDs, sexual transmitted diseases or demons. Look at the amount of people in therapy. Look at the amount of people on pharmaceuticals, antidepressants. Your lifestyle isn't leading nothing well. Isn't leading to nothing well. The food you eat, you can say the food people are eating isn't leading to nothing well. And you're attacking people for what they want to eat. See, words aren't attacking, but these sensitive niggas, these pea-brain niggas have been taught that words are attacking you. You guys have been educated to be idiotic activists. Everybody who done been educated, all of a sudden they are activists all of a sudden. Everybody who done went to school think they fucking Malcolm X, bro, and you don't know shit. You put Malcolm X turning over in his grave with some of you dumbass niggas. Trying to align yourself with real activists. Niggas that really stood on business. You niggas don't stand on no type of business, nigga. No type of business. All you niggas do is move off of emotions and feelings like little hoes. They taught you to be feminine, soft, weak. Niggas like me try to tell you, hey, we need to improve. I'm not saying I'm almighty and I'm better than somebody, but I'm saying I'm somebody who can see that what we're doing isn't fucking working. And we need to do things differently to get a different result, because doing the same thing, expecting a different result, continue to vote, continue to vote, continue to vote, continue to vote. How long have we been voting, bro? Have we been saved? No, let me tell you what the solution is. The solution is to get control over your household. The solution is to stop having kids out of wedlock. The solution is to come back to God. The solution is to, instead of spending all of your money on jewelry and cars and bullshit and clothes, start putting money into businesses so you can hire people that look like you. Just like these Indians come and you go to the Indian shop and ain't nothing but fucking Indians in there. Just like Mexicans come and you go to the Mexican joint and ain't nothing but Mexicans in there. But you go to the black neighborhood and go in the black store and it's a goddamn Habib and Hajab and them in there running the store. Where our stores at? We got all these black millionaires. Where our stores at? That's the issue. Oh, you complaining about your job and your supervisor. The reason why we got to deal with these bitch ass supervisors and this, that, and the third is because we ain't got shit. We ain't got our own shit. And there's too many niggas out here with money where we could have our own shit if we came together, if we moved in unison, just like the people who got money and is controlling shit moves in unison. If we put all the money in one pot and divided the shit out and plotted out a real plan. See, you niggas don't want to plot out no real plan. You niggas don't want to sacrifice your weed money and your alcohol money. You niggas don't want to do something for the team. You niggas want to do shit for yourself. Narcissists. And wonder why we can't go no motherfucking where. You niggas just want attention. Being an activist gets you attention. You went to school, you got educated, and you was taught to be an activist. You was taught to be a victim. That's why I don't fuck with school. Because all they do is program you with that bullshit. I'm about money. How can I make bread? How can I make this bread? I don't want to sit in no fucking lecture room getting taught about how we were slaved and all this bullshit and being taught about how we being oppressed. Nigga, how we finna come up out the oppression? I've heard enough about how we oppressed. How we finna come up out the oppression? That's what I want to fucking hear. Fuck all the bullshit. But you niggas want to continue to follow the blind, continue to run on this fucking hamster wheel, bro. See, me, I got tired of running on the hamster wheel. I hopped off. I said, wait a minute. I can actually walk? I can take steps and actually make progress and actually move? You mean to tell me this whole time I've been exerting all this energy thinking I'm doing something great when I wasn't? Blind leading the blind, bro. Misinformation everywhere, disinformation everywhere, things getting taken out of context. A lot of you people are calling people racist. Why are they racist? Y'all don't want to have these conversations. Oh, that person a racist. You lost me. I'm cool off him. I don't care about him. This, down, the third. Why not have a conversation? See, I would like to have a conversation with some of these racists if they want to have a cordial conversation. Maybe these racists are right. Maybe when he says, if I get on a plane and I see a quote unquote black woman, I wonder if they're qualified. Maybe there's some justifications. Right? But y'all don't want to have these conversations because y'all going to get an answer that maybe you don't like. Maybe you're going to find out that the quote unquote racist wasn't really racist. They actually had a logical fucking point. Now, some of these people are just racist. It's some people that just straight out hate someone because of their skin color. That's a fact. But it's some people, they see the behavior that certain people of certain skin colors do. See, they call quote unquote black people violent because we make up like 13% of the United States or the world, however it goes, but we commit the most violent crimes. Make that make sense. And then y'all get mad when they call us violent and they call us animals. But you don't get mad at NBA Youngboy. You go glorify him. Every female want to go top off. No pun intended. NBA Youngboy cool. But NBA Youngboy cool, but these people oppressing us and these racists, they the problem, right? Not the black people in our community promoting you to be dumb and be violent and be emotional. They not the problem. We not the problem. It's not us. It's never us. We're a victim. A victim can never be the problem. See, no, I don't think like that. The way I think is you got to figure out a fucking solution. See, the white man, he was allegedly created and he was put here. And he was at a lower state. He came, he corrupted us, and he conquered us. All right? So my thing is, all right, we were conquered. All right? He's not going to make it easy for us to conquer him. Like we made it easy for him to conquer us. We invited the white man in. We brought the white man into our kingdom, into our house. We gave him food. And he took over. That's what he did. And y'all expect the white man to just give his rulership over when he got this shit in blood? I'm not saying to get the shit back the same way he got it, but all I'm saying is we don't have a plan. Unaliving people like Charlie Kirk, that's not a plan, bro. That's just emotional. That's not going to get us nowhere in the bigger picture. What's going to get us somewhere in the bigger picture is coming up with the plan. All right, we need to start going against all these agendas. We need to stop supporting things that aren't in the best interest of us. We need to start creating our own businesses. We need to start investing in real estate. We need to start unifying, being on the same page. We need to unite. We got all these problems. We don't even have unity amongst people, but we want to look at all these other people and blame them for why we are the way we are. And wonder why we can't get nowhere because we don't want to look within. The answer is within. Once we start following God and once we start moving by a moral code, things will change. We will take power back because our power outweighs their power. Righteous power outweighs demonic power, but people have chose to be demonic. So demonic continues to rule. People complain like, oh, you guys been following that Bible and ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed because we got certain people, we got certain black people, and we got certain gatekeepers that don't want people to wake up to the truth. And when people do wake up to the truth, they make examples out of people and we don't do nothing about it. We don't stand on business. We cower and we fold. We get scared. But really the solution is we need to get control over our households. We need to get control over what we're teaching our children. Our children are getting taught nonsense. They're getting taught to be queer and to be weak and to be docile and to be sensitive and fragile and violent. And violence. They're teaching your children to be violent, bro. If you don't like what somebody's saying, it's okay to hurt them. Because they hurt you. So if they hurt you, you can hurt them, right? No, two wrongs don't make a right. Just the same way them hurting you was wrong, it's going to be wrong if you go back and hurt them. See, what's going to be right is if you conduct a bigger plan. If you be like, all right, you hurt me. Let me figure out a way where I can't be hurt by you no more. Let me conduct a plan where I can't be hurt by you no more. See, me going back and hurting you don't solve nothing. Right? That's why so many game people lose their life to this game culture. Because you think sliding for your brother gonna solve something. Did it bring your brother back? Brother still dead. Brother still gone. But you slid for him. Was it worth going to jail? Was it worth losing your life? See, real solutions is, all right, somebody slid on my brother, whoop up the band. We're going to get justice. We're going to go about this justly. We're going to get justice for what happened. Right? We're going to make an example out of whoever did this. So people in the future will remember him. We're going to bring back public executions. Right? They show us public executions, but not in the way they should be showed. They glorify the person doing the execution. And we sympathize with the person that lost their life. No, you need to goddamn glorify putting the person who did this. We need to see them get theirs. And then there'll be people more hesitant, like, damn, they gonna put me on national TV and slowly bring me to my last breath. Fuck that. I ain't doing that shit. See, going to jail is one thing, but goddamn getting goddamn publicly executed is another. That's why the Bible was so strict. That's why if you sin, the Bible tells you to go about it viciously. Some will say ruthlessly, because that's the only way niggas will learn. You got to make examples. You have to have strong principles. That's the only way people will fall in line. When you don't have strong principles and you can just do whatever you want, do whatever you feel, all that's going to bring is chaos. No order will be brought out of that. But when you have strong principles, and if you do this, this is going to happen to you. If you sleep with my wife, I can unalive you and my wife, biblically. Right? If you steal from me, I can harm you, biblically. If you try to harm me, I can try to harm you, biblically. But if we all live peacefully, and if we all live by the code, and thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, if we live by these commandments, everything will be okay. And anybody who breaks those commandments, we deal with them. And then the majority of people will follow the right way because there are consequences for not following the right way. Right now, we live in a society where there's not consequences for not following the right way. You can sleep with another man's wife, and if that man unalives you, that man will go to jail for life. Right? When biblically, that man should be glorified. Like, yes, that man should be honored. It should be honor brought to that man. Like, look, somebody tried to bring harm to his legacy, and this is what happens to them. So now nobody's going to do that. Now people are going to be hesitant to sleep with another man's wife because they know the consequences are brutal. Consequences aren't brutal enough, but they finna start making them more brutal, right? These laws is finna get stricter and stricter, for better or for worse. And y'all niggas gonna learn the hard way. The hard motherfucking way. But I just had to get my shit off. Hopefully I can monetize this. Who knows? If not, the next video, I'll keep it clean. Peace.